Kia ora, tina koutou, thank you Linda, talofa, kia ora ana, mahalo bula, hello, welcome. I always like having a Porirua. Thank you very much for allowing me to come and spend some time with you all this morning and talk about a little bit about our journey and where we've been for the last 5 years and excitingly where we're going. It's great to hear reinforcement from Brad this morning around the exciting future for the region and certainly signs that are coming through very much, I think, fit with our trajectory, the opportunity that we see with our development and certainly the opportunity we see with our regional partners and important partnerships with Porirua and Darron. We wouldn't be here without you guys, so we really appreciate where we started and where we're going, and we're super excited about weaving in our joint objectives and creating a very interesting fabric on the mountain around the tree. Get this little on there. So as Linda referred to in the briefing, we started our journey here right about almost 5 years ago on the back of developing New Zealand's first Gravity Adventure Park in Christchurch, and we were partway through that development and had a phone call from Porirua. Then Justin Lester coming to say, hey, why don't we have a single Thank you, Barbara. Come and have a look at the opportunity to do something similar here in Porirua, relative to what we were looking to do on Christchurch at the time. And the first thing we did when we turned up was to have a look at the infometrics, if you like, or the analysis of the place and the space and what it fits. Is it appropriate? Will the community embrace what it is that we would like to bring? Do we have permission to do so? Instead of answering those questions and asking those questions at the time. Obvious question for us and asked of us, why aren't we into macro, this is a bike-centric product, why aren't you doing some macro where we've got all the trails already connected? And the answer was, well, actually we can't put the infrastructure in macro, given the scale of what we want to turn on here as a global quality provision, that will set Porirua and certainly Wellington up as a comparable status of what you think of when you consider Rotorua and Queenstown with the tourism markets around the product itself. So, we couldn't get infrastructure in there, so Porirua and the partnership with Porirua City Council and the land that was procured on behalf of creating a recreational precinct on the mountain was a perfect partnership, which we're certainly pleased to have progressed that to this point in time. So we commenced our development planning back in 2016. We had the challenges of a resource consent, so again, great to hear the Minister talk about changes to the ORA. Very challenging process, and I think most people in the room have touched that at some point, and certainly understand what that challenge is. And for a project of this scale, with the very numerous parts, the RMA can be very difficult to navigate. But pleased to have got there and had a great team to get us there along the way. The planning team, the design and consent team, and again, the support for Porirua City to that. We've also went through a public concession process with the Department of Conservation, which shares the land. Very small section of land, but we have gone through our concession process, which is outstanding. We now have the ability to access, if you like, the entire park when we're able to. Getting on the land, and that those land agreements were finalised in 2019. And at that stage, it had taken us, a good part of 4 years to get to the point where we had de-risked a project and brought it to market, if you like, and had some really positive engagement with investment around bringing the community into part of the project and bringing it to life. And then, as we all know, we had COVID impacts March 2020, which really put that on hold. So for us, that was take a big deep breath moment and go, well, you know, we just need to reflect on what's happening with not only our business, but everybody else's business as well. So we really put our hands in our pockets and said we'll respectfully come back to the market at the right time. We feel like things are improving, there's positive signs in the market. We possibly have a view of what's happening at the international border. And then we would re-engage. And pleased to say that our hand was forced a little bit. We did do a media release this week, which you may have seen in the local press, in the local media. So we have had positive engagement come back to us, which has again forced our hand and got us to hurry up and get on with it. So we're pretty excited about that. So we, as I said, we've probably got half of what we need on the table today. We'll look to try and close out the balance of what we need over the next 3 to 4 months, and all going well, we'll see some positive actual stuff happening early next year. So, go forward. So just some key facts about the park. If those that haven't yet picked it up through the media, we do have around about an 800-acre development site on Porirua and also on the Department of Conservation land. And that is a mixed-use, mixed-access agreement we have in place, so the public park is still a public park. That is free access to use the park. The only point of payment, if you like, is when you use the infrastructure. So if you want to come and use the park as you do now in the mountain, then it's all free access, so there is no constraints. There's no ticketing at the door, if you like. So, and that's very important little piece to understand that it is a free park. But if you want to come and get a coffee, then by all means come and buy a coffee. We are putting a gondola on the mountain. Again, I can't underestimate, I think underemphasise, the regional scale and of that installation, and it definitely will, put a real spotlight on Porirua as a destination for every domestic traveller that is wanting to come out and enjoy the views and have a spectacular experience at the top of the mountain. And also the burgeoning tourism bubble, which will reopen, and again, glad to refer to that. It's a matter of time that will happen, and we do need to be able to have some product to deliver to that market. So the gondola is a commissionable product. We are able to sell that obviously to the cruise markets and the inbound tourism operators. So again, it's an essential product for the Wellington region because there is not too many commissionable products here, so it does help create Wellington as a destination as well. We do have a destination cafe, sightseeing opportunity at the top of the mountain, so that's around about a 200-seat facility on top of the mountain, which will be able to host weddings and small conference venues. And importantly, we'll be able to sit up there and enjoy the sunset, have a glass of wine, we can put you in the gondola and see you safely back down the mountain. We're also enjoying the additional trails, certainly from a walking and hiking perspective, that we are installing as part of our development. There's obviously a network of trails already on the mountain, but there's some spectacular opportunities on the land. For those that you haven't been in there, there's a beautiful reservoir in the back of Spicer Park. Thoroughly recommend going up there and having a look. Spectacular reservoir, but it's actually very challenging to access at the moment, so it's a very difficult accessibility issue. So we are putting a brand new loop trail around the lake as part of our development, which will make that experience fully accessible and wheelchair and pram accessible for anyone who wants to go and enjoy that space. And also providing walking and hiking opportunities. And the great thing about putting the gondola on the mountain is that it creates an accessible skyline And again, we think there's, Wellington's an amazing skyline, but it's actually pretty difficult to get on to work unless you're an active person, but there's a lot of our population that would enjoy that skyline. So putting up the gondola will create, an accessible experience for all age and stage, and also those people that have disability, just looking for a sensory experience that aren't able to do that. So we are super excited to open up the mountain, open up Wellington Skyline to everybody for that experience. We're going to install some new bike trail, which is a byproduct of the sightseeing experience. So you are going to be able to put your bikes, the dirty bikes in the gondola car and take those up the mountain with you. It'll be an experience as well. But unlike Christchurch, which was very much a bike-centric development, the development here in Porirua is not bike-centric. This is sightseeing-centric and built around the sightseeing model, similar to what you experience at Skyline. So our bike product here is hanging off the back of that gondola. So without the gondola, we don't really have a bike experience. But we will be enhancing the bike trails that are there and taking on the maintenance responsibilities of the trails that have been built to date, and have had a great working relationship so far with the cycle group and other users of the mountain that have enabled us to put a cohesive, as much as we need, certainly from our perspective. So rest assured that we're setting up and building another 100-kilometre trail on the mountain. We do have a consented food and bev, so food and beverage opportunity in the base station area as well. That will again provide a little community hub, and certainly for those that are active in the bike community, give them an opportunity to possibly have a cafe and beverage before they go home after having a good day on the mountain. And excitingly, at the bottom there, we are putting in New Zealand's longest zip line. That is really being installed as a corporate adrenaline sort of fun aspect of the park, if you like. So over 1.4 kilometres long. It's going to be pretty exhilarating, and it's going to be a dual line, so I look forward to seeing the races that are going to go on around the room. But importantly, taking the kids up there and having some fun. Fully accessible experience, and what we learned from Christchurch was that it's a real confidence booster for a lot of people, a lot of kids in particular, who they think it's going to be scary, mum and dad go up there and enjoy the experience with them. So we're really looking forward to doing that on. What else do we have? Right way. Just quickly an overview of the site. So this is the location around the red line here. It's basically the location of Porirua Beach, but that's our lease agreement with Porirua City and Dock, which again is the shared use, access, and certainly privileged to be able to do that, do what we would like to do, and certainly respect the stuff that's been done before, and the stuff that we'll do in the future with partnership with Ngāti Toa, and being able to celebrate the land, the place, cultural narrative, and the appropriate way to use the land is going to be super exciting for us. So the red line is the outline of the park, which is due south-west from this current location. And we have a large car park and infrastructure piece at the base of the park, around about 280 car parks down there. And also the base station village, and you'll see the blue line on the map which shows the location of the gondola. So that runs from the Spice Park village to the top, well not the top of the 2, but to a strong viewpoint location halfway up the mountain. Those that have been up here, it's at the start of the Chimney Sweep Trail, or the Lookout Trail at the top of Porirua uphill trail. So I think there's going to be a destination cafe restaurant up there for everybody to come up and enjoy. And that's spectacular views, it's connectivity to the place, the ability for us to tell stories up there are going to be pretty special. And I say we're super excited to be able to do that in collaboration with the partners. So I put together a few sort of pickies and slides that what I think are the sort of the themes of what's coming through the products and the experience. So I'm going to let those roll. On the caveat that we haven't yet the apologies to no told, given it confirmed the story of the land and the narrative of the place, and we will do that. That will feed into the development as we get into implementation. So we're still at the investment phase, so once we get our project in, we'll definitely debate it in the most appropriate way. So this is the view from the cafe area of the north. People might be excited about that. So before we play the slide, I just want to pause because I didn't really talk about the indoor facility which you saw on the last slide. And we see that as a super exciting product that is consented. It will get turned on, probably not in the first phase, but it's a pretty interesting piece of equipment that will pay homage to the local surfing community here in the Bay. As a global product, everybody wants to do surf, so be able to do that in an environment where it's safe, it's repetitive, and when you fall off, you just get picked up and put back on the way. It's a pretty unique product. It will be first in New Zealand if we get to market in time, and it will be basically a programmable product where we still kid and Wellington want to come and learn to surf. So again, we're super excited about turning that on. That will be located in the base station area, and part of the long-term food and beverage facility in place as well. So, those that have tried surfing, I think we all understand how hard it is. And when you're a good surfer, you go out there on a wave and you might spend 2 hours catching a 7-second wave and have a good day out. This facility is able to catch the wave, to learn wave, to understand how to be on a wakeboard. And you might get 20 runs at 20 seconds in the course of an hour. So the progression in the learning capability, it's exponential. So really looking forward to bringing that sort of time. So just wanted to touch base on that before. Play the fly through. So the fly through that I'm going to show you is sort of it's like the real model of the full design work that the team has done today to demonstrate the quality and scale of the facilities that will be located at Spicer, but also up on the mountain. So it is an animation. We think it looks kind of sexy and cool, and hopefully it brings a little light to you guys. That this is an international scale attraction and destination that we are building. It's not a few containers in the paddock or a small bike park. So we can play the fly through. I'll do my best to talk you through it. So we're just entering in the bridge at Spicer Park over the current flood creek, if you like, over the top of the bridge, and then this is the new gondola base station at the base to get on the gondola, get up the mountain. And the little building you can see to the left of the ticketing office, where you go and buy your tickets for your rides and your passes for the day to get up to the top of the mountain. Out to the park area, will probably be quite a large drinking area. It's already there, will basically remain as it is. So we're going to take the family down there and park up in the afternoon sun, very sheltered, very warm. The building on the left there is probably called the rental retail building. That's where you go and rent your equipment. Also do zip lining, health and safety checks, etc. Everything happens in there, and a small retail will be provided around probably bike product, in particular, clothing. space, which is also the indoor food facility. And again, that will be probably stage 2 for us at this point in time. So yeah, the serving facility is very exciting. If you're basically standing outside on the translucent roof, which you're seeing now, you feel like you're basically sitting outside on the side, standing there on the deck. Highly engaging, highly entertaining, and I don't think we do think it's the region that won't go and hang out. You want to make sure you surf and walk. So we're going to talk about your age and stage. This is very much a play product. What our team is going to do, they're going to get out and each part of this time. So I think that's a pretty good preparation here. A lot of people call Christchurch building the babysitter. I think this one will be as well. So jump on the gondola, you head up the mountain. The first little bit's over about yesterday, and then we're up on the gondola. Around about a 10-minute journey, we have the ability to take the sides of the gondola if you like, and end up on the full jungle car experience. So on nice days, you go listen to the birds as you go up the gondola experience, and looking over the native. We're landing at the top station. We're so very chimney sweepers now, and again, fully accessible journey to the restaurant. So you've got to take your mums and dads on Sunday afternoon, coffee at the top of the mountain, a cup of tea and sandwiches, and enjoy the fantastic vistas. Fully understand there's probably some protection up the top there as well. So the restaurant at the top of the mountain is capable of hosting 200 seats. And as I say, it's an informal meeting space. It will be a boardroom. It will have the ability to host weddings and run events in the evening. So we've got 7 crew in place to run 11 or 12 events past midnight, 1 a.m. in the morning. So anyone that wants to have a special moment up on the mountain in the evening and enjoy the celebration as they can. So tuck the building into the hillside. So there's no more impact on the skyline, so you can see there it's tucked in behind the hill. Again, also gives a wind shelter. But a beautiful location and spectacular views in the north of Mara and Castle Island. You actually go for a wee waterfall further up the mountain to the left, and you can see the South Island. So there's a real opportunity when you actually get to the top of the mountain to do some active recreation as well. So you can actually walk 10 minutes and back, have a coffee, and then you head down the hill. So, as I say, it's an experience that we believe is set. The skyline, put that on the international market to say, come and enjoy Wellington skyline, come and enjoy the views, the story, and the place, and celebrate the history of what is not only Wellington, but particularly Porirua. So we're looking forward to weaving those stories and narrative into the place. A little bit of hard metrics about, and appropriate to this forum, about what are the benefits, why would you do this really about doing this in our community. The first one up top there was, we are going to create 100 instructors to patrol teams, to food and beverage, to bike maintenance, to instructors on the service facilities. There's a huge platform for certainly first jobbers that are coming out of school to be able to go into a pathway which we see as comparable with the seafield industry on an international scale. So again, we had first-hand experience when Christchurch unfortunately burnt down in 2017. All of our staff were placed within 2 weeks. Most of them were offshore. There's an international market for the adventure park world, so to be able to be employed here, to have that on the CV, with the quality of the provision that's here, really going to open up a pathway for the kids of Porirua to grow up and enjoy the world and have access to that. So really super excited about turning that pathway on. So we've got 100 new jobs here. I think at least 85 to 90% of those will be locally employed from the region. That's the job market. Let's say the target market is. We've got another 100 jobs that will be created, indirect jobs that will service the the mountain and service the provisions. That's everything from turning up and moving beverage to doing the cleaning, running security, everything else that goes into operating the park. We really do think there's fantastic education opportunities in our development. Construction is an obvious one. We've got an opportunity to bring, these new apprentices that have signed up. Great to hear those stats this morning, 1,400 in Porirua. It'd be great to get some of those on the mountain. So there is going to be, strong construction, absolutely massive amounts of cultural education opportunities. Looking forward to bringing those to life in partnership with Manitoba. And celebrating the place and space appropriately, and talking, openly about what that means. There's a huge education program opportunity with the restoration of the mountain. As part of our process, we've jointly established a restoration management plan for Tui in partnership with Porirua City Council, Darron, and other mountain users. So that's a pretty exciting plan that will basically join it's a pathway or bird forest on the top of the mountain by Porirua, so join the two parts of the forest. There's currently a big gap in the middle, and slowly basically regenerating the mountain over the next 30 years. So we're pretty excited about that journey. As that is innumerable amount of opportunities for education in that space from an environmental perspective and biodiversity perspective. We believe there's a strong opportunity in partnership with Porirua and other providers get our kids job ready. So how do we get a pipeline of opportunities ready for kids to come straight out of food rail that aren't already working, get ready to come and be employed in the park, because the park's coming and we need 100 new people. So we think that's a great opportunity, and that will be an ongoing requirement. These facilities, these tourism attractions, they do have high churn rate. And at the moment we don't have an incoming, let's say, Freedom Camper, or not Freedom Camper, an incoming tourism that's on working holiday visa that may also be attracted to work in this industry. But I think the thing that sets us apart from a ski field operation, which is very much seasonally based, we're a year-round operation up here on the mountain. So it's got a very strong attractive security base as well. So we are able to provide a year-round contract again to our employees. Super exciting. There's a whole, very, very, very strong health and wellbeing underlay in everything we're doing on the mountain. Glad to hear this. Speak about the importance of health and wellbeing to the current government. So, our main driver as a company is all about creating experiences to get kids off gadgets. We see, the world stopping, the next generations, the mobility and challenges around health and wellbeing, not just physical but mental, is the key things that get us out of here every day. What can we do? What can we do to inspire kids to get out and have some fun, have some controlled fun, controlled space, controlled play, so they can get confidence, they can get that rush about being in a new place, in a new space, having a new experience. So that's what excites us about getting out of bed, and we see so many opportunities on the mountain and our products and what we do around accessibility and health and wellbeing. So again, that's a strong drive for business. Hospitality's up there, and the reason I've got hospitality up there is a potential benefit. No, we're not providing accommodation on the mountain, but somebody has to. I say that confidently because somebody has to. We are going to turn on a destination where people will either choose to stay in Wellington City or they will come and choose to stay in Porirua. So again, there's an opportunity. I'll share one story with Christchurch. I had a hospitality owner bring me up not long after I opened the park down here and said, thank you, just give me another 1,000 to do nights. I thought, yeah, 1,000 to do nights. So don't underestimate what our machine will do when it gets turned on to the opportunities around it. Because we're busy work, we're super focused on turning the machine on up there and getting that successfully established and being successful. But then our focus will be turning back to how do we help the region, how do we help the story, how do we help the new economy. I'm super excited to be part of those conversations. Tora and James strategy for the that hospitality, important aspect, short and long stay. So where's the RV park as an example? You know, we've got all of our domestic travellers at the moment driving past here on the ferry and going south. So how do we stop them here in Porirua? Because this thing here will go, you know, there's not going to be too many kids in the North Island. Say to mum and dad, hey, drive past that because I don't want to look at it. Or I don't want to go and have some fun. You know, let's get burned some energy before we get on the ferry. Or before we drive the Taupo, how about we get burned and tired and we go sleep in the car. So we need some facilities around, you know, how do we capture and how do we extend the duration of the stay in Porirua, because we'll do a bit of the mountain. But as I said, we don't have those infrastructure, you know, it's a requirements, we certainly don't have accommodation. The retail, again, is a spin-off. Again, I'll share a story of Christchurch. When we turned the park on down there was a 3-week wait for anyone to get their bike serviced in Christchurch. So that was a demand driven. You couldn't buy a bike capable of going riding in a park in Christchurch. There's a huge amount of spin-offs that we do not provide on the mountain purposes. So, you know, we want people spending money in Porirua City. You know, we're taking our bit and our share, and we think that's fair and reasonable. But there's also a huge amount of opportunity that will fall off the back of that, because everybody still needs provisioning. Not only just from the bike product perspective, but from a general activity, recreational perspective, you know, to get up there and walk on the mountain. That's definitely my thing. We put 4 pathways in there. You know, I think the opportunities for progression in sport are enormous. You know, we talked about how there's learning abilities with the surf product, you know, being repetitive, you can get very quickly. You've got the same outcome with the bike product. Because kids are able to get up there and train, repetitive, because they're using the uplift services. So, you know, we're already seeing talent come out of Christchurch on the world scene that's come out of the park in Christchurch, and that's within 3 years. We've got kids going to Europe in the bike product space. So we see the same sport pathways here when we turn our facility on. And we will complement the work that's being done by Wellington Trails Network. You know, they are doing some fantastic work across the region. Our facilities will complement those, not compete. You know, we will be focusing in on learn to ride and intermediate riding. We're certainly not in experience space. You know, it's Dirt Farm and other locations. We'll have some fun with that. They have an amazing product, so we're filling in the gap. We think that gap, and we know that gap is around learn to ride. So, you know, program that up on the mountain, the green experience. Boringly, but I think the Minister of Finance would be pleased to see the numbers. We know and independently tested that this park will pour in at least 40 million of economic development into Porirua and Wellington region in the first 5 years. That's excluding the construction phase. So it's a huge economic benefit to the region, and again demonstrated by independent assessment. So super excited about that. Obviously the spin-off that will bring to everybody and the ability to free up some cash, if you like, into the economy and get, you know, help everybody else that is looking for opportunities. We see ourselves as a major initiator of Porirua's economy. And looking at my friend Albert in the corner saying, well, we're starting off, so we're looking for the next phase of opportunities. So looking forward to your story next. So, as I say, ties in very well with the metrics we've heard from Brad. You know, why do people want to come and live in Porirua? You know, it's all about diversity, it's all about amenities, it's all about what can we do. We can live in Porirua. We've got an amazing world-class harbour. How do we bring that to life? You know, we've got an amazing world-class skyline. We're going to celebrate that. And we're going to do that while working at home, and our kids are going to be educated locally. So why not live in Porirua City? Lastly, I put on the bottom there, you know, it's not an economic benefit, it's definitely a community benefit. And that's about just becoming better human beings. You know, our facility will enable people to get out there and get all the benefits of New Zealand's natural environment. It's going to have the benefits of the international quality of infrastructure that it enables. You know, the health and wellbeing benefits for, you know, the mental relief of going up there and sit and watch the sun go down. So just being better human beings is huge benefit for us. So, those that may be interested, feel free to drop me a note. We want to come and be part of the mountain journey. We'd love to have you on board. But happy to take some questions and queries and do what I can to answer any issues. So